Hello, good morning, students. How are you? I think you are quite well. Today, I will discuss a new topic energy stored in an inductor. Energy stored in an inductor. Consider an inductor or inductance L connected to a battery. Consider an inductor or inductance L connected to a battery. When current I flows through the inductor, when current I flows through the inductor, an EMF is induced in it, which is given by E is equal to minus L di upon dt. When current flows through the inductor, an EMF E is induced in it, which is given by E is equal to minus L di upon dt. Here negative sign shows E opposes the current I in the circuit. E opposes the current I in the circuit. To drive the current through the inductor, to drive the current through inductor against induced EMF, an external voltage is applied. To drive the current through the inductor against induced EMF, external voltage is applied. External voltage is EMF of the battery. External voltage is EMF of battery, that is minus E. Therefore, E is equal to L di upon dt. E is equal to L di upon dt. Let infinitely small charge dq. Let infinitely small charge dq is driven through inductor. Infinitely small charge dq is driven to the inductor. So, work done by the external force. dw is equal to E dq. That is E is equal. That is dw is equal to L di dq. Value of E, L di dq upon dt. Now we know, since I is equal to dq upon dt, I is equal to dq upon dt. Therefore, dw is equal to L di dq. dw is equal to L di dq, and dq upon dt is I. Now total work done to maintain maximum value of current I0 through inductor. Total work done to maintain maximum value of current I0 through the inductor. For this, we will integrate this equation from 0 to I0. That is dw is equal to 0 to I0 L di dq upon dt. dq upon dt is equal to I. dq upon dt is equal to I di. L I d di lower limit is 0 and upper limit is I0. Therefore W is equal to L 0 to I0 I di. W is equal to L, this will become I square upon 2, lower limit 0, upper limit I0, that is W is equal to half L I0 square. Now this W is equal to half Li0 square. This energy is stored in the magnetic field of the inductor. This energy is stored in the magnetic field of the inductor. Now magnetic energy stored in the solenoid is given by magnetic energy stored in the solenoid is given by magnetic energy stored in the solenoid is given by Um equal to half Li0 square. Magnetic energy stored in the solenoid is given by Um is equal to half Li0 square. But we know in solenoid B0 is equal to mu 0 and I0. From here I0 is equal to B0 upon mu 0 and I0 is equal to B0. I is equal to magnetic field, you can say B only. I0 is equal to B upon mu 0 and L is equal to self inductance of a solenoid mu 0 n square Al. L is equal to mu 0 n square Al. Now we will put this value, then we get Um is equal to half L mu 0 n square Al mu 0 n square Al into I0 square, that is B square upon mu 0 square n. Cancel mu 0, cancel n, then magnetic energy is equal to n B square Al upon 2 mu 0. B square Al upon 2 mu 0. Magnetic energy B square Al upon half B square Al upon mu 0. Magnetic energy per unit volume. Magnetic energy per unit volume is called magnetic energy density. Magnetic energy per unit volume is called magnetic energy density, that is bar is equal to upon A volume. Magnetic energy per unit volume is called magnetic energy density. Now we will put value B square AL upon 2 mu 0, and volume is equal to length into breadth into, and height is here L. Then A into L V, that is A into L, AL cancel, that is UM bar is equal to D upon 2 mu 0, D upon 2 mu 0. Energy stored in inductor, energy stored in the inductor is known as magnetic energy. Energy stored in the inductor is known as magnetic energy. Now we will discuss mutual inductance of two long solenoid. 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 First we draw the diagram. Consider two long solenoid. Consider two long solenoid. Let I1 is the current flowing to the solenoid. Dark line is the solenoid 1 and dotted line is the solenoid S2. I1 current enter I, and current I comes out. This is solenoid S1 and current I comes out. Now let length of each solenoid is L. Length of each solenoid is L, and here we see I2 current. This is dotted solenoid. I2 current to the S2. Consider two long solenoid S1 and S2. Consider two long solenoid S1 and S2 such that solenoid S2 completely surround the solenoid S1. Let length of each solenoid is L and area of each solenoid is A. N1 and N2 are the number of turns in solenoid S1 and S2. Now, number of turns per unit length of the solenoid S1. Number of turns per unit length of solenoid S1, that is N1 is equal to capital N upon L1. N1 number of turns per unit length, N1 is equal to capital N1 upon L. Number of turns per unit length of solenoid S2 is given by number of turns per unit length of solenoid S2 S2 is given by N2 is equal to N2 upon L. Small n, what is small n? Number of turns per unit length. If let I1 is current flowing through the solenoid S1, then magnetic field of the solenoid S1 is given by B1 is equal to mu 0, B1 is equal to mu 0 N1 I1, B1 is equal to mu 0 N1 I1. Now put the value of N1, B1 is equal to mu 0 N1 I1 upon L, mu 0 N1 I1 upon L. Now magnetic flux linked with the each turn of the solenoid S2. Magnetic flux linked with each turn of solenoid S2, that is B2 is equal to magnetic flux linked with each turn of the solenoid, that is phi 2 is equal to B1A, phi 2 is equal to B1A. What is the value of B1? This. Then phi 2 is equal to mu 0 N1 I1 A upon L. This is the magnetic flux linked with the each turn of solenoid S2. Now total magnetic flux linked with the N2 turn of solenoid S2. Total magnetic flux linked with the S2 turns of solenoid S2. Then phi 2 is equal to N2 B1A. Phi 2 is equal to N2 B1A, and that is N2 mu 0 N1 N2 mu 0 N1 N2 I1 A upon L. Phi 2 is equal to mu 0 N1 N2 I1 upon L. Let M21 and M12. M12 is the mutual inductance of coil S1. Mutual inductance M12 is the mutual inductance of coil S2 with respect to coil S1. Mutual inductance of coil S2 with respect to coil 1, and M21 is the mutual inductance of coil S1 with respect to coil S2. Then phi 2 is equal to M12I. Phi 2 is equal to M12I. Phi 2 is equal to M12 into I, that is M12 I1. We will put here M1 I1 equal to mu 0 N1 N2 I1 A upon L, cancel I1 M12 equal to mu 0 N1 N2 A upon L. Similarly, M21 equal to mu 0 N1 N2 A upon L. Let M12 equal to M21 equal to M, because right hand side is equal. M12 is equal to M21 mu 0 N1 N2 A upon L. M21 now this is not necessary. If two solenoids are wound on a magnetic substance of a relative magnetic permeability mu r. If two solenoids are wound on a magnetic substance of relative magnetic permeability mu r, then mutual inductance is given by M. Let M12 is equal to M21 is equal to M, then M is equal to mu r mu 0 N1 N2 A upon L. If two solenoids are wound on a magnetic substance of a relative magnetic permeability mu r, then mutual inductance is given by M is equal to mu r mu 0 N1 N2 A upon L, but mu r is equal to mu 0 upon mu r is equal to mu upon mu 0, but mu r is equal to mu upon mu 0, then cancel mu 0, then M is equal to N1 N2 A upon L. N1 N2 and mu N1 N2 upon mu N1 N2 A upon L. Now we will discuss factors on which mutual inductance depends. Factors on which mutual inductance depends. Factors on which mutual inductance depend. Mutual inductance of the coil, mutual inductance of a two solenoid, mutual inductance of two solenoid depends on the geometry and magnetic permeability of the core material. Mutual inductance of two solenoids depends upon the geometry and magnetic permeability of the core material. Now first, number of turns. First, number of turns. M is directly proportional to N1 N2. If larger number of turns in the solenoid, larger number of turns in the solenoid, larger will be their mutual inductance because it is directly proportional to each other. Second, common cross sectional area. Second, common cross sectional area M directly proportional to A. Larger common cross sectional area, larger will be the mutual inductance. Larger common cross sectional area, larger will be the mutual inductance. Now third one is relative separation. Third one is relative separation. If larger the distance between two solenoid, larger the distance between two solenoid, smaller will be value of mutual inductance. Larger the distance between two solenoid, smaller will be the value of mutual inductance. Fourth, relative orientation of two coils. Relative orientation of two coils. Relative orientation of two coils. If two coils wound over, relative orientation of the two coil, M mutual inductance is maximum. Mutual inductance is maximum when primary coil completely envelops. Primary coil completely envelops the secondary coil. M is maximum. When two coils are perpendicular to each other, then M is minimum. M is maximum when primary coil completely envelops the secondary coil. M is minimum when two coils are perpendicular to each other. Now next, permeability of core material. Permeability of core material. If two coils wound over an iron core, if two coils wound over an iron core of relative permeability mu r, if two coils are wound over an iron core of relative permeability mu r, then their mutual inductance increases mu r times. Now we will discuss coefficient of coupling. What is coefficient of coupling? This is very important topic. What is coefficient of coupling? Coefficient of coupling. The coefficient of coupling of two coils. The coefficient of coupling of two coils gives a measure of the manner in which two coils are coupled together. Coefficient of coupling of two coils is the measure of the manner in which two coils are coupled together. If L1 and L2, first we draw the diagram. This is the diagram. Suppose this is secondary and this is primary. This is secondary and this is primary, and this is secondary and this is primary. Now if two coils are perpendicular to each other, this is primary coil and this is secondary coil. This is primary coil and this one is secondary coil. In first case, M is maximum when primary coil envelops secondary. M is maximum when primary coil envelops secondary. M is minimum when primary coil is perpendicular to secondary. M is minimum when primary coil perpendicular to secondary. Now we have discussed the coefficient of coupling of two coils gives a measure of the manner in which two coils are coupled together. If L1 and L2 are self-inductance of two coils and capital M is their mutual inductance, then coefficient of coupling K, coefficient of coupling K is equal to M upon under root L1 L2. Coefficient of coupling K is equal to M upon under root L1 L2. The value of K lies between 0 and 1. The coefficient of coupling lies between 0 and 1. The value of when coupling is perfect, that is entire flux of the primary linked with the secondary, M is maximum and K is equal to 1. When there is no coupling, M is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0. The value of K lies between 0 and 1. When coupling is perfect, that is entire flux of the primary linked with the secondary, M is maximum and K is equal to 1. When there is no coupling, then M is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0. Thank you.